What is going on, amazing, beautiful people? Your boy Jeffrey Gamer is back at you with another LSPDFR tutorial by request from Myrtle Madman, who asked if I could do a video on how to change the red and blues lights to all blues, or all reds for that matter. There is a mod out there called the Museum of Blue Lights that kind of does selected vehicles where it'll make them all blue for you. As Skilled pointed out in the Ask Jeffrey channel in the Discord. So if there's a video you want to see, you can go into the Discord, go to Ask Jeffrey channel, the Ask Jeffrey channel, and just pop a request in there. But this video is for more of the people that want to be hands-on with it and learn to, if you wanted to change your lights to purple and yellow or green and orange or whatever, you know, for tow trucks or construction vehicles. I know a lot of states do the green and white lights for their construction vehicles. So this is more of that type of video. Now, we're starting in the game so you can see we're going to use this car. Now, this works for any vehicle, right? ELS, this is ELS. And I can tell you right now that the developer of this vehicle has the ELS lights wrong. As you can see, at least the reflections. There's no blue reflection on the back. It's just the red and orange. And I'm guessing that in the INI, we're going to be able to see that. And we'll check into that in a little bit. So we're going to make this car go all blues. And it should be fairly easy as there's not a lot of lights. Now, the more lights you get on a car, if you've got sun visor lights, side markers, runners, side runners, lights in the back window, you're going to be putting in more work, but it'll be the same thing, and you'll see what I am talking about. And we're going to fix the reflection issue, which you're going to want to do anyways, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let's hop on over to the desktop. Okay, so we're here over on the desktop, and what you are going to need is you will need something like paint.net or GIMP. I like to use paint.net. It's very user-friendly. You don't have to be a professional to use it. And it is free. And if I can remember to, I will drop a link down below where I always get my free version of paint.net, Microsoft paint.net. And the website's completely safe. I promise you, you might get ads that pop up on you. Just don't click any of the ads. Just X out of them. But I've used that website every time I've had to reinstall paint.net. So I will leave that down below. So once you get paint.net installed, you're going to go ahead and open up your OpenIV, and you're going to go to Windows. Okay. And once we get in here, you're going to make sure edit mode is on. And as you can see, mine's already lit up blue. Mine turns on automatically. If you want yours to do the same thing, you go to tools, go to options, and right here under default work mode, yours might say read only. Go ahead and select edit and then close. That way, every time you open up your OpenIV, you're automatically in edit mode. All right, so you need to be able to get to your police vehicles. I install my police vehicles in my patch day 20. So to get to my vehicles, if you have the same pathway, or if you know your pathway, okay, this is where you want to go if you use my pathway. So you're going to go to mods. Again, this is my pathway, not yours. But if you use patch day 20, then this is the pathway you're going to want. So you're going to want mods, update, times 64, DLC packs. Again, I use patch day 20. You can go whatever patch day you use. DLC.rpf. Times 64, levels, GTA 5, and vehicles. Okay, this is where we want to be. Now, this is my tutorial file, so I have very little police vehicles in here. That particular police vehicle that I just showed you in game is my Police 2. So if I double click this, Police 2 YFT, you can see this is the car we were using. Okay, so here's what we want to do, folks. To change your lights from blue to red or red to blue or whatever color you choose, what you're going to do is you are going to go down here and go to the corresponding YTD. Meaning if you're changing them on your police 2, then you would go to your police 2 YTD. If you're changing them on your police 3, go to your police 3 YTD. You get it, right? So we're changing the police 2. So double click that. And that will bring up the texture editor. Now, click the little waffle right there. It makes it a lot easier to kind of scroll through and look for your lights. So if we look here, there's no emergency lights there, none there. Here's some emergency lights, right? And this is for the takedown. So you can see right here, we need to export this one. So what you want to do is click that file right there. You can export selected or just click export right there and select your desktop and go ahead and export it. And it should pop up on your desktop. There it is right there. All right, now you're going to want to keep scrolling down and look for any lights that are emergency. Here's some right here. This is a big one. This is probably the majority. Yeah, Liberty. Usually it might say Liberty EMIS. We definitely want that one. So you're going to want to select that. Make sure the check mark is there. And export selected. Again, desktop. Yes. And it should pop up with that one as well. There it is. And, oh, here's some more. And I'm not really sure. This might be the mirror lights. So again, select it. So it says selected. Export selected. And save to the desktop. And then scroll down a little more and see if we have any more lights. Oh, there is more right here. Again, check mark. Say, nope, damn it. I shouldn't have done that. It didn't hurt anything. I should have went to selected. We'll just have to go back into the police. I'm sorry. Don't do that. All right. That's a goof. All right. So we're back in here. And let's scroll back down to that one that we just attempted to take out, which was this one right here. So select it, export, and then save. And that one will pop up right there. All right, let's scroll down, and that's it. Okay, so we got 4 of them. Now, like I said, the more lights you have on your vehicle, you're going to be dropping files over here like crazy. Okay, you're just going to be dropping files over here. So we're all set in here for right now. Exit out. Now, on your desktop, trust me, you're going to want to do this. On your desktop, right-click, create a new folder. By the way, I learned this from Fester. Fester is the one that taught me this. I'm hoping I'm explaining it the way I'm explaining everything that he showed me. And you're going to want to name this Backup Lights YTD for Police 2. Whatever you want to name it to help yourself remember that you took those out of your Police 2. And what you're going to do is you are going to highlight all of these, right-click, copy, and then right-click this folder and paste. Okay, and there we go. That's it on that. So now we have, did we lose some? There's the Wayland, the M2. Yeah, we lost this one here. Let's bring that one there. Yeah, replace it because I don't see it. Okay, so now you got your backup lights. Let's just put those over there. So now if I double click this, we have, oh no, okay, geez, Jeff. We're going to, I don't want to move it. I want to copy to it. Copy and then paste. There we go. Now we have all 4 of our files saved in this folder right here. Just in case we mess something up, we can always go back. That's very important that you do that step. All right, so let's start with the one that seems to be most complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on that and you are going to open with paint.net. Okay, that's going to bring up your paint.net just like this. All right, now folks, this part right here, it's pretty simple. Okay, now Myrtle Madman wants to go all blue. We're going to keep the whites. We're going to keep the oranges, okay? Because all police cars have those. Now, you don't have to. You could replace the oranges with blue as well if you really wanted to. But I wouldn't change any of these because these are alley lights. These are your strobes, essentially. Okay, so I definitely wouldn't change the gray ones. But if you wanted to change the orange ones, you could. I'm not going to do that right now because I feel like these are like the light bar that goes across the back window and that. Okay, so here's what we want to do. Over here on the side, you are going to select this little box right there. Okay, again, we're going all blues. So we want to select one of these, get as close to the edge as you can without clipping it. There we go. And I believe what we want to do is hit Control Copy, right? And then you want to do Control V. And that just made a copy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this light. See why I said to make sure to get as close as you can? Because if you don't, then you're going to clip that light. So get as close as you can when you use this little square thing right here. We got it just enough to where it's not going to clip into any other lights. And you're simply just going to cover and make sure you get it covered up. Now, I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure you might even be able to use the magic wand. Let's see if we can do the magic wand. Let me see if I can. You can. Look at that. That's going to be even better. So take this magic wand and select. Let's select. Let me see here. You know what? Okay, so those got the 3 dots. Let's just do this with the wand. Go ahead and select that wand. And once you get the wand and you select the blue, same thing. Control C, Control V. It'll bring up this little white box right here. You can grab it, and now, yeah, oh, that's so much better because now you can actually line it up. If there is a little bit of red showing, you see how there's like a little bit of red showing under there? You can grab this bottom circle and just stretch it until that red is gone, just like that. Boom. Okay. Then you want to hit Control V again, and it's going to pop that next box up. And we're going to go up here and do it to this one. Again, you might see a little bit of red showing down there. Just go ahead and just drag that down ever so slightly. And boom. So you would do the same thing to cover the orange ones or whatever lights you have. Again, your lights aren't going to look like these unless you're using the vehicle that I'm using in this case. This is just showing you how it's generally done. Okay, now you can't hit Control V and use this one to replace these ones, obviously. So what you're going to do is once you got these ones done, you're going to hit that wand and you're going to go over here to the blue here, right? And make sure that you're looking at all these little lines. You see how these two are different and these two are different, but they match each other. So we're going to have to copy these separately. So we got this one. We're going to Control C, Control V. Drag this one up. And a little more. Yeah, so it's that one I think covered pretty good. Yeah. Now you want to grab the wand and do it again on this one. Again, make sure your lights look the same, okay? We're going to go ahead and select this one now. Control C, Control V, and drag that one up. And just like this. And you can see it's got a little bit of red hanging down there, so we're just going to cover that just slightly. There we go. And boom. That's done. Now, let's go to these ones. So first we want to look at the designs of them, right? So you can see this light right here, it's blank on both sides. This one is not. So again, we're going to have to do separate copies here. So select that blue, Control C, Control V. It's kind of fun doing this because then when you go into the game, you could see that, you could see the fruits of your labor and you can know, I did that, right? Grab the wand. We're going to now want to copy this one because these two are different. Control C, Control V. And drag that one on up. Now it does have that little bit of red in the middle of that. See how it's got those red spots in the middle? Let me show you how we can combat that. Hold your control key and kind of zoom in. And what you can do is you can take this little color picker here and select that right there, and you'll see it'll change that color. Then select like the paintbrush. And let's make that maybe a 5. And just go right down it. See that? And just get rid of that. And right down it. Again, you may not have to do this with yours. I don't know why that these ones have that little missing spot and that red is showing through, but you fix it just like this. Okay, there we go, and done. All right, so this one is done. This is done. So now what you want to do is you want to go to File, Save As, and save it as a direct draw surface. Click Save. It's going to bring up the thing that says, do you want to replace it? Yes, because we backed it up, remember? So go ahead and click Yes, and click OK. All right, so this one is done. Let's exit out of this. Now, let's go back into our police YTD. There's the one we just fixed. Go back into the police 2 YTD, and let's go ahead and you can simply just drop this back in, and it's going to overwrite the Liberty. So just take this and just drop it in there, right? And then if we scroll down to the Liberty light, which is right here, look at that. We got all of our all blues, and it looks great. Now, again, like I said, if you go into the game, you don't like it, you screwed something up, you have your backup. So you could just open up this folder. You could take that Liberty one and just drop that in, and it's back to the way it was. So it's, again, very important that you remember this backup folder. Now, once you put this in, you can don't exit out. Go to Save. Go to Save. And once you do that, you can go and check out your, you can go up to the police 2, and now you can check out your vehicle, and now look at the light bar. Remember when we first looked at this, go back in the video. When we first looked at this, these were red and blues up here. They are now all blue because we changed them. Okay, now I think the next thing we may work on are these right here, which I believe are these ones maybe? I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and change all of them right now. All right, so the M2 DDS, right click, open with paint.net. And this one's going to be simple. We only got to change one. I think these are the mirror lights, the lights on the mirror. I could be wrong, but we're gonna do it. Get the wand. Remember, we want all blue, so oopsie. Okay, so maybe this one we can't. Yeah, because it's not. Okay, so this one, we're going to have to use this one. And we're going to want to get as close as we can to the, nope, come on. We want to get as close as we can to the, come on, Jeff. I'm being such a doofus right now. We want to get as close as we can. There we go. Control C, Control V. All right, there it is. Now we're going to take this one over and drop it right there. That should do it. Boom. This one is done. That's easy. There was only one. Okay, so go to File, Save As, Direct Draw. Make sure it says Direct Draw. Save. Yep, we want to do that. And yes. And you can exit out of paint.net and go back into this one, or you could just load this one, but I like to exit out. All right, so go to the next one. We're going to do the Wayland Ion. I'm not sure what the greens and the purples are, but we're only going to do the blue. We're only going to do the blue. Now, when you got this checkerboard, this PNG background, this wand will definitely work. See that? It's going to work. All right, so Control C, Control V. And same thing, folks. Bring her right down. And as you can see we got those the red is showing through those. So we're just going to, you know what? Let me go. Oh, my Z button is connected to my. Let's select this, but then drop down the tolerance, and maybe it'll, or let's bring up that tolerance. Yeah, bring the tolerance up to 65. Now Control C, Control V. Then we don't have to worry about those dots. You're going to see a little bit of an outline, but that's okay. That'll actually help cover up that red that we're seeing there. And right there should be good. Perfect. And this one's done. File. Save as. Waylon, direct draw. If you do not see direct draw, just bring the drop down and you'll see it right there. Some people, it might say PNG, JPEG, paint.net. Just make sure you select the direct draw and save. Yes, we want to replace it. And click OK. All right, that one's done. Last one, folks, right here. The FSTE. Again, this is for my car. Yours might be named something differently. Again, I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, you can do this for any vehicle. All right. Okay, so these ones are kind of see-through. That's a little different. So let's select the wand. And yeah, so I don't think... Oh no, it does work. Look at that. All right, so we're going to go to about 67 with that one. You want to make sure they look the same, that they're the same kind of patterns. Control C, Control V, and let's take this on up and cover it all up right there. Whoopsie, I should be okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right. File, save as, direct draw, save. Yep. Okay, done. Exit out of this. We have now changed, at least for this vehicle, we've changed all of the red lights to blue. Now, we already put the Liberty in. Okay, so let's bring up the Police 2 YTD again. And it's very simple, folks. Take whatever lights you changed, just drag them in and drop them. Take this one, drag it in, drop it. The M2, drag it in, drop it. So now if we go looking through all of our lights again, boom, all blues. That's the one. Then the next one should be, yep, the Liberty. Boom, all blues. Keep scrolling. We're going to double check and make sure we got all the lights. There we go. Those are blue. And, oh, I don't know where the other one went. Oh, I don't know what this is. I didn't see that one. Maybe that one's okay to not have to change. Oh, there it is. All blues. So click save. It might take a minute to save. You might even see this say not responding. But yeah, see, not responding. But don't worry. It's working. And then this box will disappear. Now, if we go back up to the Police 2, you can now see, look at that. The lights on the front. Oh, that's what those ones were. Those were the side. The lights under the mirrors, those there may be red on that. So I'm not sure. We'll check it out. We will check it out. That is still orange. I did that on purpose. Okay, so now we've got our all blues on this Dodge Charger. So we can exit out of this. You can save these if you want. You don't really have to because they're automatically saved inside your YTD. So I will delete these. But it's just really got me wondering, though. Let me go back into the Police 2 because I'm wondering if that one file that I just seen, because they're very faint. This one. I'm wondering if this is the mirrors. But I'm almost certain. We know these are the side of the ram bar. We know that this is the light bar on top. We know that this is the front of the light bar. And what was the other one that we did? Maybe those were the mirror? These ones. No, these should be the front of the light bar. Okay, we'll just have to go into the game. All right, so we're done in OpenIV, but we're not done yet. If you remember, let's exit out of OpenIV. If you remember, we did have the reflection issue. Okay, so I'm guessing in our ELS file, the developer of that car didn't change the ELS reflections to red and blue because, as you saw in the beginning of the video, only red and orange was reflecting on the wall. We don't want any red reflecting now because we don't have red lights on the car. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your GTA main directory where you have ELS installed. So you're going to go to your disk drive. This is for Steam. Go to your disk drive that your Steam games are installed through. It might be your C drive. Mine is on D. Program files x86, Steam, Steam apps, and common. Okay. Now you're going to see your Grand Theft Auto folder right here. Double click it. And this is your main directory front page. Now where we want to go is right here to the ELS. Okay. I also suggest getting Notepad++, which I will also, it's free, and I will also link that down below. Double click the ELS folder. You're going to double click the pack defaults, and then you're going to go to the vehicle that we changed. Okay. You got to go to the police vehicle that we worked on. In our case, this was Police 2. I don't know what car you're going to be working on, whether it's Police 1, Police 3, Police 4, Sheriff 1, Sheriff 2, FBI 1, FBI 2, whatever you're working with, you want to make sure that you go to the corresponding XML. All right. So we worked on Police 2. We're going to right click, edit with Notepad++. Okay. Now in here, if I scroll up, always make sure this is on manual. Sometimes it'll say auto. So if you ever get an ELS vehicle and you hit your D-pad right, or your whatever key it is on your keyboard, and it lights up all of your lights, that's because this is set at auto. If you set it to manual, it'll give you 3-stage lighting, which is great because then you can just turn on your orange advisory lights. It's pretty awesome. So always set this to manual right here, okay? Okay, so now if we scroll down right here, okay, so do you see these reds? No, he's got blue on there. That's weird because it was not reflecting any blue. Maybe this is it right here. It doesn't matter. What you want to do is anywhere that you see red, okay, this is the ELS controlled, you want to change it to blue. All right, so we can highlight that, hit Control C. Now let's go ahead, and you only want to replace the letters, not the quotations, and then just hit Control V, and then just highlight all the ones that say red. Control V. Leave the ambers unless you change the ambers. I didn't change my ambers. Remember the amber lights in the back? I didn't change those. I left those amber. So I'm not going to change this. If you changed any orange lights to blue, you're going to want to, or red. If you changed all of your lights to red instead of blue, then yes, you're going to want to change these to red instead of blue. All right, so all that is good. Let me just go over here. Actually, let's just make this a little wider. There we go. All right, let's scroll down. True, false, true, 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 true. Color, white, red, white, red. So again, change the reds to blue. I think the white might be your takedowns and or your strobes. Change that to blue. All right, and scroll down a little more. Do we see any more reds? No. And if you're unsure, you can hit Control F. I'm sorry, Shift F. No. Control F. And you can put in the word red and find next. Oh, did we forget one? Oh, yeah, we did. 2 of them right there. So there's 2 of them that we forgot. My bad. So go ahead and select that and change that. Wait, those are the indicators. Okay. Headlights, white, taillights blue. Okay. The Coronas. Yeah, folks, don't listen to me. Make sure you look right here where it says headlights and taillights. Unless you want your taillights to flash red and blue, we want to turn this back to red. My fault. See, that's why it's good to make these mistakes, because then you know not to make the same ones. I will make a mistake so you don't have to. Put that on a t-shirt. All right, so I'm going to change those back to red because they are the indicators in the taillights, okay? And then the reverse light is white. Headlights are white. Okay, you could make your headlights red. This is where you would change the reflections and stuff. I believe this is just the reflections. All right, so these are all blue because these are definitely our ELS lights. These are our lights right there. So once you've changed everything that you need to change, go to File, click Save. Now you can exit out of Notepad++. We can exit out of our main directory. Folks, let's jump into the game and let's pray that this works, which if you're watching this video, it probably worked. All right, so we will see you all in there. Alrighty, folks, here we are in the game, and we are now one thing I will point out is at night you may see, depending on what light bar you have, you may see a little bit of red in there. You see it? That's with the vehicle model. That has nothing to do with the light textures. So I'm going to turn my lights on, and hopefully you should see all blues with reflections of blue and not just red and orange. All right, so remember when I told you auto and manual? Now, if I hit my D-pad left, if I had it on auto, all of my lights would come on. But sometimes you just want your advisories. So the advisories are working as they should. We didn't change those. I'm going to hit my button one more time, and it's just going to do the one side. There we go. And then I'm going to hit it a third time, and boom. There's all the blues. It works beautifully, and it's reflecting blue. It's reflecting blue as it should, and the white is reflecting as it should. So there you have it, folks. We went from red and blue to all blue. Like I said, it can be time consuming. It can be time consuming as you are, depending on the vehicle that you are changing. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. And it just teaches you. It expands your knowledge when it comes to ELS. None of the sirens have changed. And just in case anybody's wondering, this is the CHP siren. I do have a video on it. You could just click CHP. Search CHP on my channel. It'll show you the video on how to install that siren. So that is it, folks. Myrtle Madman, I hope this video is helpful to you. And if you're new here, if anybody's new here and this video was helpful to you, please, and you feel undeserving, please subscribe to the channel and support the channel and ring that bell so you know when new content's added. Also, consider giving this video a thumbs up. The more thumbs up this video gets, the more people it can reach and teach, as it hopefully did or does with you. Until next time, everybody, be safe, be healthy, be positive, follow the rules, and obey the law. Your boy Jeffrey Gamers out. We'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.
So many demons inside of my life.